welcome back to another episode of Tam Tonight. We are almost to episode 20. It seems like, for whatever reason, like this has been going on for a super long time, and I feel like I should be like at 100 or something by now, but maybe that's like all the time I spend on So She Said and like the other stuff and just everything all together. I feel like we've been together way longer than 20 episodes, but it is what it is. We're not even there yet, and this is number 18 right now. So thank you for being down and sticking around. And tonight, family. So here we go on to episode 18. Please like, share, subscribe, click the bell so you know when I'm here because I'm not here all the time. And just, support. Leave a comment. Drop a comment. Follow me on social medias at Tam Not Tammy. I made a Facebook. I re-entered back into the Facebook world. Don't know how I'm feeling about it yet. It's very weird. Like Facebook is kind of an ugly app, and it's kind of hard to understand. And it's not at all like what I remember it being. Like I can't even figure out how to really navigate Facebook. So I'll just be there posting stuff, I guess, and leaving. And maybe telling some of y'all happy birthday if I notice it when I'm on there, if I can even figure it out. But look, I'm if any of you out there are Facebook experts, like let me know, get at me. Maybe I can employ you to run the Facebook for me because I really don't want to be involved. Like I barely want to post on Instagram personal stuff. So I'm doing my best, okay? But on to the politics, on to the important things. All right, so the first thing I want to discuss is where the fuck is Palestine at? I saw this on Twitter earlier in the week. And a lot of stuff goes unvetted. Like it's a lot of bots and trolls on Twitter. It's a lot of kids. It's just a lot of people that I think are like kind of bored too and are seeking to sow discourse. So people tweet a lot of fake news, a lot of Photoshop things and stuff like that. So when I first saw this long tweet detailing like what was going on with the Where's Palestine thing, I didn't immediately like take it seriously. But it did raise my awareness because I am familiar with the Israel Palestine situation on my like low knowledge level, and I understand that has been very tumultuous and that this is a modern day, like imperialist conquering type of situation. And I think it's framed so differently, and people look at it through the lens of religion and the lens of that, like the Jewish people need to be helped because of their history throughout the world and what has happened to them. But they are not looking at the side of, okay, I'm Palestinian. I'm Palestinian, and this was my home, and I was living here, and I had nothing to do with what happened to Jewish people, and then now they get to basically come live in my house, sort of thing. So I'm familiar with it on that level. My dad left a book by Jimmy Carter at my house when I was like in 10th grade, and I was reading it, and it just opened my eyes to the whole thing. So I think of it, I guess, a lot more non-traditionally than a lot of other people, like the wider masses of Americans at least think about it. I think of it through the lens of, if I'm Palestinian and I live here, look, I know shit be hard all over the place. Like, but look, you can't come stay in my house though. Like you can live next door. Maybe I can rent you out something. Maybe we can help you out. But you can't live in my house though. So that's the lens that I understand this conflict through. So I see it on Twitter. Where's Palestine? I go to my Google Maps immediately and I look it up. And it was giving me a bunch of random suggestions in America, like Palestine, Texas, and a bunch of weirdo stuff. So I continue to just like dismiss all of those options that Google was giving me. And I click on Palestine like alone, just Palestine. And it gives me these weird coordinates, and I'll put it up. But it gives me these random coordinates, and it just shows me like a little circle, dotted out line circle inside Israel. So Palestine, according to my Google Maps on my iPhone, like I said, I'm not a propagandist. I'm not a conspiracy theorist like that. Like I try to go straight to the facts, and it's Israel, and it's a little bitty circle, dotted line, like you about to cut it out, dotted line, and it has coordinates. It does not have the name Palestine. The entire 27 years that I've been on the planet, Palestine has been a place, has been a country. I am friends with and know many Palestinians. It's a place. Like, I get that things change, maps change, blah, blah, like Pluto ain't a planet no more. Palestine is a place, and it has been a place my entire life. So it is difficult for me to see in this time, especially what is going on throughout the world, and just the lack of respect, the lack of care, the lack of love for people with more melanin in their skin, darker skin tone people. In America, it happens to be ADOS, the descendants of slaves, black people. In other places, much of the same. Everybody has their own gripe, but the darker your skin is, the worse you're treated, it seems like. So now, in contrast with the people that is their origin, that is their homeland, where they are from, Palestinians, they are darker, a lot of them. You bring over import. And you can Google this and you can watch it online. Like, do not just take my word for it, because I've seen it myself and it's been very, like, confusing and painful and just odd for me to see, knowing what my understanding is of the world. You can import a person from Sweden, from any Eastern European place, and because they're Jewish as their religion, they get to come and they get to get a home here in Israel, formerly known as Palestine. Just think of it in those terms. And if you want to make it even more American and what we're talking about now, what we deal with in our country, if you want to look at it through that lens, so you can maybe get a better grasp of it and take the religious aspect out of it. Because I know that has a lot to do with the protection of a certain group of people, but I want you to take religion out and view it as black and white, view it as two ethnicities. So we're going to put it through the lens of Americans and Mexico. Mexico is right under us. Much of the United States on the West Coast we took from Mexico through wars and treaties and other things. So even part that we live in now used to be their country. So it's not even that far-fetched that these group of people, the Mexicans, might decide that, okay, I want to come back. Now that we have all of our modern stuff up and we have a border and we got rules and laws and we got border patrol and we got cops and we're saying, look, you can't just come over like that. It's not that simple. Mexican people sneak here. They pay people to bring them here. You're familiar with the El Chapo legend. You saw years and years ago they built tunnels and they got over here. By any means necessary, people that are seeking a better life from Mexico and Central America, I'll include them as well, come up and they make a way to get to America. At no time do those people come and move into my apartment, my grandma's house, my auntie and them house. They do not pitch a tent on their lawn. That's not what they do. They come to America in search of a better life. Oftentimes they take the most menial jobs, the hardest jobs, and they're treated even worse than an American would be treated if they were to take that job, because they are undocumented and their employers know, and they know that there are things that they can do to these people. There are advantages they can get. They can make them work more hours. They don't got to pay their health care, all these things. There are things that they can do with these people that they could not do with a citizen of America because of the protections that we are allotted by the government and the structure of that government, the police, etc. An immigrant doesn't have that same right away, even though they kind of do. Like, they could go to the police, but it might put themselves in trouble, so they don't seek that out. They just want to lay low. They want to get what they can because they came here with a purpose. They want to have a better life. They're not trying to start no trouble. They're trying to stay out of the eye, out of the grasp of the police and the authorities. Think about it through that lens when you think about this Israel-Palestine situation. How would you feel if a Mexican this used to be their country? They might even be able to show you pictures of their great-great-grandma and them riding around, chilling in California before it was streets like La Cienega and Sepulveda and all this. They owned it. It was their joint. Texas too, Arizona too, New Mexico too. They still are not coming into my house like, hey, per this paper that I got, this used to be my ranch or my family land, so I need you to pack it up, get your flat screen off the wall, collect your children's pictures, get your LOL dolls packed up, and get out. That's not what they're doing. So I want you, Americans, specifically black people, because I feel like black people are very heavily Christian, and they believe in the propaganda that is so perfectly and elegantly constructed to protect those people over there against, the darker people that were there first. I really want you to look into that. I also want you to Google the Rothschilds and what happened after World War II, and how one of the wives of the Rothschilds, who was like a teenage girl, like not even 21, campaigned and went out and spoke and raised money to get Israel to be a place. I want you to look that up and think about the history of that and how that worked and how all that came together and how it was at a detriment to some of the poorest people in the world, and how they are still fighting for their right that they had from the beginning that just seemed to be swept away from them. Go look that up. And please, like, if you have the time, tweet, hashtag, put out on any social media account that you have, where is Palestine, to let people know that you're not okay with this. And it's stressful because it's like, this is a whole group of people. It's their nationality, their country, their ways, their culture, all of these things. And because of an imbecile like Trump, who just wanted to feed into the propaganda of his base and change the capital from Jerusalem and say that it was in Israel and all that, it has, to me, set back that peace in the Middle East thing decades. Because now after you did that, and this is exactly what people talked about, this is why people were against him doing that, religion aside, because it made it easier for something like this to happen, and it's the erasure of a group of people. And I'm not okay with that. I don't care what color you are. I don't care what kind of God you pray to. I'm not okay with anybody being erased for the benefit of another group. I'm not in favor of anybody being subjugated or put down to lift someone else up. If we can't all be equal, if we can't all eat, then we all gonna starve. Where's Palestine? Like, look it up. Be a voice. Be an internet gangster if you can. Don't lay off a day of posting a selfie of yourself and post something educational that could get awareness out and make maybe a person in power feel away, feel pressured to do something about this, intercede about this. Like, the UN should not be allowing this to happen. But as we know, in the world, most things are bought and sold. So please, put the pressure where you can, and that's on the internet. Thank you. The next thing that I want to discuss in politics is Oklahoma for the Indians. And when I say Indians here, I mean Native Americans. I don't mean Indians from India. So, there was a landmark case with the Supreme Court. And I can't get into all of it because it would take a very long time to explain, but I'm going to explain it like my microwave quick way. So, a guy, I'm not going to say his name because I do want to give credence to this person because I feel like what he did is wrong, even though his research and the stuff that he did on the outside of that is benefiting his people. But we don't praise criminals on this channel. So, a Native American gentleman was charged with the rape of a child, 4-year-old child, back in 1996. And he was convicted. He's put in jail. My assumption is that through this time, and he's been in jail, he's been reading, studying, what have you, he discovered that the land that he was arrested on and charged is not under the government of Oklahoma's control, and that he could only be charged and prosecuted by the federal government as per the rules for most Native Americans. If you're not familiar with the Native American situation in America, I suggest you Google it, watch a few YouTube videos so you can get a better understanding. Like I said, I'm giving you the microwave version here. Native Americans are not under any type of state or local government. They can only be governed by the federal government based on the treaties and the deals that they made when the white people came over here from Europe and tried to start up America when the natives were already here running things, doing their own thing. So because of that, there are treaties, there are all of these things and agreements that have been made based on land and what's allotted to whom, etc. So this man was able to prove that a big old portion of Oklahoma, it's like half of Oklahoma, big old half of it, and it even includes Tulsa, Oklahoma, that we are familiar with because of the Tulsa race riots. So all of that side, half of Oklahoma, belongs to the Indians. So they got the bottom, the Chickasaw Nation, the Choctaw Nation right here, Seminole Nation, Muskogee, and then the Cherokee up top. And I'll put the map up so you can see it. But all of that now, I don't know how they're going to do it, or how that's going to work, or how the land is going to be allotted, or are they going to give tax money? I don't know how they're going to do it, but they're doing it. It's being given to or back to the Native Americans. I'm not hating. I'm not jealous. Kind of weird the way it happened with the charges and the rape guy, but look, it is what it is. When you got to get to justice, sometimes you can't fault the messenger how you get it, right? God works in mysterious ways. What I would like to know is, I understand that this situation is unique because the natives really owned this country before we came. And they had different belief systems and all that. They didn't necessarily believe that land could be owned and government and this and that. It was more of a family communal type of thing. So they kind of got swindled by our government. Not kind of, really got swindled. And now with the internet and the prevalence of all this information and things like that, people are uncovering things. What I want to know is, based on the subjugation, the brutality, the government-sanctioned violence against ADOS, Black people, African Americans in this country, what do we have to do to get some type of protection like the Native Americans get in America? For number one, even if you're not, I would love for you to give us Georgia or South Carolina or one of the states that, the slave states that we forged and made what it is. Made it okay for y'all to push through and make it what it is today. Alabama. I'll take any southern state, really. A good one with good farmland and whatnot. I want to know, would that be possible, or how would that work? Because the first thing is, I don't want to be taxed any longer. I feel like, as a descendant of a slave who worked for free, against their will, who was brought to this country, as a chattel, basically, treated like an ox, I would like you to not take any money from my pocket. Now I've risen my own tide, like y'all said. I bootstrapped, I did what I could, I got to where I'm at now. Why are you taking money from me to help the larger public? I did my part for the larger public. My ancestors did their part for the larger public. I'm good. Our debt should be settled. I should not be paying any state or federal income taxes. It doesn't make any sense. I'm doing the best I can with the tools that you gave me, what I'm allowed to do even. The taxes, I need you out of my pocket, Uncle Sam. Like, I don't get it. Second thing, I want us to be protected like this man as well when he's talking about only the federal government can prosecute me. Because it seems like, even in those cases, we still might get done wrong, but at least there are more eyes. The local level is where we get screwed. It's where we get lynched with the law, if you will. Because Patty down in San Diego, Jonathan up at LA, clerk, courthouse, they don't really see us in the light that we should be seen. They're basing it off of stereotypes and the other people that they've dealt with. So I would prefer if we were dealt with on the federal level, because then if things were to occur like what happened, we're getting wrong sentencing, this white kid got 2 months for it and I got 5 years and all of that, there was such a disparity like there is on the local level. If it was done by the Fed, we could then take those cases to like the world stage. Like we could go to the UN and we can go to all types of places, the places that the World Court may charge for crimes against humanity. We could have like a clearer path to get justice, because it would be the federal government is basically doing black people wrong, not giving them justice, school to prison pipeline, all these. We would have more grounds for it. When it's down here at the local level, it's very hard to prove because it's all in the weeds and blah blah blah. And black people, on average, I'm not gonna say all of us, because there's a few Beyonces and Jay-Z's out in the world, but black people on the grand scale, we don't got money to be going to reopen a case, and let's elevate it up to the federal courts in the area, and then let's go somewhere else, and let's retry, and let's get a new lawyer. We don't got that kind of time. We barely skated out the first one. So these are just things that I would like, because if we're going to build an agenda as ADOS, descendants of slaves in America, for what we want, like reparations and maybe land for our colleges to be endowed by the government, all of these things, I want it to include some of the things I mentioned, like no taxation should be first. And it makes me sad that we can't count on like the Congressional Black Caucus or whatever, the NAACP, to help us, because there are largely white funded organizations that are like out there to make us feel like we got a shot, but they're not really there to do any fundamental change, if you know what I'm talking about. So it's very interesting to me about how we could even get this done. Now with the internet, it does make it easier for us to gather and for us to get around. Like Tone and Yvette came up with the whole term ADOS, and they got it out into the atmosphere. They got reparations talked about on a national level, which never occurred before in my lifetime. So maybe they need to be the two people, since they have like the stage, along with a person like Sandy Darity, and they need to be the people that help us come out with this agenda. No celebrities, no even like celebrity educators. Like I don't want no thought leaders to help with this, because oftentimes those people are out for their own good, and they're not really going to go as hard as they could, because they want a book deal or a documentary or a spot on some type of panel, or they want to give speeches somewhere. Like they're out for their own good, so it's really hard for them to look out for the betterment of all black people. So that's what I want. I want a concise black agenda, because these Native Americans, they just came up. They got half of Oklahoma. So I want us to be moving in this spirit, moving in this direction of let's getting some tangible things for us, black people. And I don't think that we should go about it thinking, oh, it's wrong, and what about these people, and what about the Chinese people, and what about these people, and what about the Mexican people, what about us? We cannot help anyone else if we don't first help ourselves. Charity starts at home. So let's figure out a black agenda. Let's get on it. Let's put it up. Let's put signs. Let's get some rappers to put it on the back of their album cover. I don't know. We need to disseminate this information. The black agenda. And especially if we're going to get Joe Biden. If we're going to get Jim Crow Joe, which I don't know, my good friend said, in her heart, even though she don't want it, she feel like it might be Trump again. Because even here in California, it's a lot of Make America, Keep America Great signs. So if we are going to get Joe Biden, this is basically his bill, because he's been riding the wave and riding the tide of black people to get him elected his whole career, in my opinion. So, and then going back behind closed doors and slapping us in the face and slapping us, the disrespect. So we need a concise, direct agenda to send to this old man so he can do something on our behalf. Trump as well. Trump is out here thirsty for votes. I heard he's about to do something for the Latino people after he didn't call them rapists and thugs and gangbangers and you can't come over here and all this. Now he's about to give something to them too because he wants votes. So what are we going to do for our vote? Because my vote, like everybody else's, is for sale. And maybe that don't sound right, but everybody's vote is for sale. It's based on what you're going to do for me. So I will reserve to keep my vote tucked right into my pocket if nobody has anything to give to me, directly for me, to help me only. And that is the end of my politics segment. I don't have an ad this week, but if you are a Black business or a female-owned business, please reach out to me. I would love to try out some of your products, review them here on the show, and make a small ad for you. I really like to advertise things that I use. So far, that's all that's been on this show. I've never been paid for advertisement or anything like that, but I really, really like to support things that I use and people that I care about. So if you got some good products, let me know. I told you I care about skincare. I care about looking cute. I love outfits. I like a crop top. I like to get my hair done. I like accessories, nails, feet, all that. So if you have any products, let me know. I would love to showcase them here on the TamTonight show. Thank you. Now, we're going to get into my Look of the Week segment. First up in Look of the Week is Cardi B. Now, Cardi been gone for a minute, but she's back. I feel like she's been living out in LA for a couple months now, and it's starting to show on her, like how she's dressing, how she's carrying herself, a little bit of her style. And Cardi's picture here poolside in her nice Hollywood Hills home. Vintage Chanel dress. Y'all remember the Surf collection. Tiffany blue Birkin bag, jewels, and $30 Fashion Nova white pumps. Now, nobody kills a high-low like Cardi, and I like it that she does it in style. Okay, she lets y'all know. It's not always about spending the bag. It's about looking cute. Okay, so if you don't got the money for a Birkin, you can get yourself a less expensive bag. You can get those Fashion Nova shoes. You can get yourself a mini dress, and you can stunt on that, level of looking cute, but Cardi just elevated hers with money, So that's the only difference, and I like it that Cardi just never forgets where she come from and always gives us girls something that we can, if we want to, we can hop right on it and get it. And that's, I think, part of her brand, part of what makes her so enjoyable and what everyone endears her to people is that sort of stuff. So Cardi, keep up the good work. Also, an honorable mention for Look of the Week is going to go to Miss Kulture. Kulture just celebrated a birthday party, a very cute birthday party. Good job, Cardi. The birthday party looks were incredible. I love how mommy and baby matched. But I'm including Kulture in this Look of the Week because I saw a lot of slander online about her daddy, Offset, gifting her with a little pink Birkin. And I do not like it. I do not like it because, first of all, it's hate. Now, I know in the video, I saw the video like all of y'all, Kulture put out the bag, she was having for a second, she threw it down. If you're talking about that she didn't want the bag, you don't know kids, okay? Because I've seen kids. I have a little sister, and this girl had the most presents on a Christmas. I will never forget this. The most presents out of everybody. And she opened all of them, even fucked around and opened some of my grandma's gifts, and sat on the side and was mad. And when somebody caught her looking mean, they were like, what's wrong? And she said, this is all I got. Kids are ungrateful. And the younger they are, the more frivolous. She probably would have fun with the box if you let her. So do not use it as a gauge to say, oh, she doesn't need this or this is unnecessary. Well, shut your broke mouth. Because like Cardi said later on, she cleared up, which I love. And that's why I brought this here to the show. Because I do not like it. I feel like y'all hate on Black girls that live in luxury. I don't like it. Like Cardi said. It don't matter if the kid like it or not. If the kid want it or not. For a kid, they would want to run around in a diaper. But if I'm going to be fly and I'm going to be looking a certain way, and daddy is going to be out here looking a certain way, draped up and dripped out, why we have our baby looking anything but that? So if Offset is going to buy me a rainbow assortment of Birkin, why can't my baby have at least one or two or three to come out and have a mommy and me moment? Haters. Pure haters. And you want to bring up everything else. Oh, you should be doing this, your man. You should be doing that. You should be shutting up. Because baby Stormy got Chanel bags and Birkin. Okay? I don't understand the hate. Keep your mouth closed. If it's only like 5, 10 little Black girls in the world that get to be that small with the Birkin, like, we should be happy. It's not me. It's not my kid. Some little Black girl can grow up in luxury. God damn. Y'all are just haters. Take a day off. I too sing America, okay? I too want designer. If I should happen to have a child, that child should have designer too. it. Next up, we have the beautiful and perfect skin. Shout out to her for that skincare class this week. Kristen, girl, you did it. Kristen, Noel, Crawley, and Don C in custom Dapper Dan Harlem, looking like a black love photo from the 80s. It looks bomb. Okay, the only thing that would have time warped this photo even more was one of them swap meet backgrounds. But this is professional. And this is done in a way that's going to be framed up in a nice gilded frame in their house for years to come. Their children, their grandchildren, their great-grandchildren will see this picture and know that the Crawleys were fly. So, Kristen, again, she's my mom's inspiration. Thank you for this pic. Bouncy, thank you for making this moment happen. Y'all look beautiful. You look blessed. You look rich. Black love. My Epiphany. Now, My Epiphany is like a travel blog / mommy blog that I follow on Instagram because I really like her travel content. And I love to see, like I said, a black girl living in luxury, a black girl traveling, doing her thing in some designer clothes. And this week she came to slay with her friend in a COVID-approved couture-looking outfit. And they gave a nod to back in the 1820s, I believe it was, in the Spanish flu times when lady was out there stunting with that Spanish flu chic as well. So I love this. And I've been trying to sprinkle it in because I feel like this is the new world we live in. And this could be here for the next 2-3 years. So we might need to embrace it. And if you got somewhere to go, you might have to get yourself a matching mask so you can look cute, so it can be seamless ensemble and not look thrown together. So great job, My Epiphany. And I can't wait till the world opens back up so you can give me more travel inspo to aspire to because I love it. Last but certainly not least, we have the beautiful, the talented, the always slaying KeKe Palmer. Now, I featured this look because Miss KeKe Palmer, styled by McKeeb Kills, who I love, she's in her magazine recently wearing an KeKe official blazer, and I think it had like angel wings or something like that. Really, the showstopper was her Beads by Ari inspired earrings that had the picture frames. And I know if you are on Instagram or Twitter, you've seen it a lot. But she had those earrings, and they had pictures of people that have recently been killed due to police brutality, like Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, etc. So I really love that, and I love, like, because fashion is self-expression. It doesn't have to be frivolous. It doesn't have to be hoochie. It doesn't have to be too upscale and out of reach. It can really convey messages, and I love the way that KeKe and McKee conveyed this message. Like, yes, we're chic. Yes, time move on. Yes, I'm living in luxury, or I can be fly, but these are the things that are on my mind, and these are the things that I represent no matter what room, no matter what arena I'm in. This is me, and these the things that I care about, I will sort of wear on my sleeve, wear on my ear. So I love that, KeKe. Great job. And I heard that they canceled your show, but it don't matter because you always come back and you always be better, KeKe. So I know something's coming your way. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it for you. The money is coming your way. And drop some off to me too. All right, on the way to your house, send them to come to my house too. But KeKe, you got it, girl. Never be discouraged. And that is that for my Look of the Week segment. If you would like to be featured for the Look of the Week, because I can only scroll so much. I got a regular life. I try to prepare for this show. I try to help around the house, whatever. So if you have some fly looks that you want me to include, please hit my DM, TamTonight, or at Watch Time to Time, and you could end up here on the show. Just let me know, and make sure that you tag or at least tell me who you're wearing so I can mention it here, because it's kind of boring if I can tell the girls what you're wearing, who it's from, So just be on the money. But Look of the Week, inbox me. To get into my favorite part of the show, 106 in Parking Lot. And this week, I have a new album by one of my favorite artists who hasn't dropped in a while, Kyle. Now, this person used to be like Kid Kyle or Super Duper Kyle. He used to be a lot of things, and I listened to it. Like the first song I loved by Kyle, it was that Oceans project, and I used to listen to Pandora at my job, and it was like, I'm in Ventura, just posted, got done hitting my old chick. I loved that song, and it made me go and download the whole Kyle project, and I used to listen to it in my car all the time when I commute. So me and Kyle have a special relationship, because when you commute, them really be your songs. So I'm so excited to introduce When I'm Famous, the 12 songs by the great Just Kyle. Now, not Super Duper Kyle, but just Kyle, all caps. Now, first song is Bouncin, and I like this whole project, but Bouncin is a different type of vibe. It has a lot of bars that I like too. So it's like, somebody better tell the devil D up. Ooh, I feel that. And then he's like, I don't want no plastic bitch. If she wasn't with me when a nigga ate off plastic plates, and I don't wear no plastic capes. Wear my new chain, that shit like a fountain. Shout out to my mom and my accountant. Now the check's the only thing that's not bouncing. Like, real show. But it was the real street festival, and he did a great job. He sung one of my favorite songs, Don't Wanna Fall in Love. So, Kyle, I'm just so happy for Rich Kyle. I like these money bars. And speaking of money bars, we got Money Now featuring Tyga and Johnny Yukon. He's like, look at me, I'm getting money now. Great song. Drive around song, very cool. Girls featuring Rico Nasty. Now, this song is fire. You know, I love Rico. And it's a remix of Girls. All I really want is girl. It's so, you already know that Rico Nasty killed that. And Kyle starts it off with like, cause I'm rich in real life, not just Instagram. And Rico Nasty. Rico, she's not girl. You know Rico's not girl. But Rico kills it. And she's like, if you're not cashing out, don't tell me how much to spend. Boys are annoying, hella clingy. I never needed boys. Need a real nigga, not a boy. Period. Exclamation. Search bars. Like, it's a word. Rico never disappoints me though, and this song is great. I would love to see a Rico Kyle tour because I feel like they have different vibes with sort of maybe the same sort of fan base, and I think that would be a really fun tour. So Rico and Kyle, think about that when the world opens back up. We got Yes featuring Rich the Kid and K Camp, and Kyle's like, your girl in good hands, my crib like all stays. Hilarious again. Forget featuring Trippie Redd, Iann Dior, and the drums. And it's like sort of a breakup song. It's like, I swear to God, I'm so over you. And it's a good song, though. So go check it out if you are in that breakup vibe. If you're fucking with somebody right now, go listen to that song, make you not care. Over It. Like Summer Walker, but not to be confused. It's like, leave me alone, girl. Stop calling my phone, girl. It's just like, when you over it. Kind of like when somebody doesn't want you until you make it. So Kyla's like, I bet you know you thirsty. You gonna be FaceTime me naked. Like, oh, I always knew you would make it. Like, just doing too much. Okay, cause girl, where was you at? You wasn't with me shooting at the gym. So it's like, where was you? Leave me alone, girl. Slide out of here with that. What it is, it's kind of a sad song, and it's like somebody left the good kid Kyle, and he's like, if you happier with him, you know, I guess it's all that matters. I guess it is what it is. So go ahead, girl, be free. But you can tell Kyle is sad. And then The Sun, featuring Bryson Tiller and Raphael Saadiq. And this song is like you're going through a bad spot in your relationship, like maybe y'all been fighting a lot, or it's been a lot of like tumultuous things going on, and you just want to get back into the sun. Kind of like Ariana Grande's Honeymoon Avenue. It's like that, but from Kyle. Kyle's like, girl, let's go find the song, let's get back. And who better to pick on the Get Your Girl Back song than Bryson Tiller and the OG Raphael Saadiq? He did that, Kyle. Bye. Bye is like a song. You're gonna grow up and like leave your friends behind sometime and leave behind everything that you knew so you can go out there and like figure out who you are and make your plans come to life. So that's what Bye is about. And then last but not least is the outro by Mr. Man, and I think that was a good friend of Kyle's, and he's just telling him like, you always have that KID spirit, just keep being carefree, keep being you, bro, and like you'll always be straight, you'll always be cool. I believe that because Kyle's songs are always so fun. He never takes himself too serious. Even on his more serious songs, it was like there's still a little vibe there of, like he's saying, just carefree and childlike, and I think that's gonna carry Kyle through. From like I said, Oceans to Just a Picture to Don't Want to Fall in Love, and now this. Kyle, you have a great discography. I know people compare you a lot to other singer rapper type people, but I think you have your complete own lane just because of your sound and your style. So don't ever, 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 ever let somebody compare you to someone else because nobody's doing it like you. And just the creativity, the funness. It probably has a lot to do with you being from like a beach city in California too. But yeah, I love it. I want to see more. And from what I saw at that music festival, I would really like to see you on your own tour. I would probably have to be smaller, especially considering like the new way that the world is going. But I would love to see like a more intimate, small, like super fun, beach ball throwing, bright color wearing tour from Kyle. So it'd be great. Love the project. Can't wait to see what you do with it. And the visuals behind this, because you always do great with music videos. So I can't wait to see which one of these get videos and how it turns out. Great job, Kyle. Next, we have Chilombo Deluxe by Jhené Aiko. Jhené Aiko released Chilombo earlier in the year. Could have even been late last year because I feel like this year has been very long, very time warpy. But anyways, we reviewed the whole 20-song album at length here on the show. We went into detail each of the songs. So this deluxe version, she got 9 new ones, some remixes on the other songs, but they're all great. And we're going to start out with Above and Beyond. Now she has two versions of Above and Beyond. The first one is a piano version. It's even sadder than the regular version. So if you're really fucked up in your feelings, go ahead and listen to that piano version. If you're just a little sad and you want to vibe something, listen to that other version because we do not want you driving your car down a rainy road, slipping off the side of nothing in your feelings behind Janae Aiko in this piano version because it will take you to a place you don't want to be. But Above and Beyond. Above and Beyond is that classic Janae Aiko because she's talking, and we all know I talk about at length on the show that she's like a rapper. So she goes into it with those type of poetry bars. Also, Janae is a poet. I forgot. A long time ago in Hollywood, at some like weird coffee shop poetry slam thingy, I saw Janae Aiko and she was doing poetry. And it was fire. Okay, I think I was kind of too young to be in there, so I was trying to lay low and be in the back like with the people I came with. But she is a poet, and that's why we get these more rap sounding bars. But I digress. So anyways, Above and Beyond. Like yesterday, I remember the night. Saw you driving by. You had a bitch in your passenger side. I called your phone and you just denied me. Really surprising. That wasn't like you. I thought you liked me. Deep. Okay. And then she's like, where did all your feelings go? Girl, to his dick. Because I feel like a lot of cute, nice, wholesome girls get into this situation with a certain type of man. And not even a certain type of man, because it seems like all we all, even the losers, be a man about town now with a cell phone and a dating app or a social media account or whatever. All of y'all niggas is Hugh Hefner. So it is very interesting that, like, yeah, you will be. Sweet Janae thought y'all was taking this stuff. She thought y'all was gonna be friends and y'all was building. And you out with the next girl that's giving it up in your car, slipping and sliding around the city. It's just a lot and it's unnecessary. Like, y'all could be 100 at the beginning and be like, look, I'm feeling you. But you know, I move around a certain way out here and I can't just really like lock one person down. So I like spending time with you, I'm cool with you, and I feel like if we get to a certain point, then yeah, I can let all this other stuff go. But right now, I gotta do me, girl. Then we could accept that, but y'all don't do that because you like to have your cake and eat it too, and have McDonald's after that. So it's just sad. If I ever decide to have children, and God just so happens to bless me with a daughter, like she's gonna be cold in these streets because I'm giving no let's stay together energy. No, oh he don't like me energy. No, because y'all are moving out here like assassins, and I want my daughter to be able to move through Assassin's Creed. You know what I'm talking about? Because the pitfalls, it's just y'all lying. Like I don't understand it. It's annoying to me, and I feel like I'm popping. So you lying to me, like you just blocking my chances of me being popping with somebody else. Like you could have been 100, you gonna slide with this girl. I could be out with somebody else. That ain't no big deal. But y'all don't want to do that. Ugh, it just bothers me. Above and Beyond, real sad. Then BS. The BS was my favorite track on the Chilombo project originally, featuring her. And then Kalani came back, and I told y'all during that time I wanted a Kalani, her, Janae track collab because I feel like all those vibes go together very seamlessly, and that would be some of the most epic music we have got from these ladies. I feel like Janae, somebody heard me, and they put Kalani on the BS remix. Kalani came with the bars. Kalani always come with the bars, but she wasn't playing around this time. Back on tequila, back on strippers, back on groupie hoes. She talking to you, IG. She is talking to you. And it's hilarious to me. Because, yeah, like you back on that bullshit. And I'm back doing me because I was good before you came. And now you just going to go back to being a wreck. And I'm going to elevate. Thank you, Kalani. Thank you so much. I like this. Because I told you, I did not feel that I hate the club. You bet not be staying out in no club because of this dick ain't free YG. So I like this. I need you in your new house, your new farm mansion, living the life, okay? Rich mama, auntie vibes, okay? Maybe you can come out with your own wine, Kalani supermarket, Kalani co-op, I don't know. But we're going to throw the trash in the trash. I love this. Janae, not to be outdone, comes back. I'm back and I'm better. Can't name a bitch on my level. Ain't no question I'm a legend, baby. Don't ever forget it. When you see me rolling in this rose gold, so cold, oh no, can't fuck with lames like you no more. You're out. We're done. I don't need you because I'm fly. And I've been that. I'm continue to do so. While you go out, fuck with your hoes. I don't know what you be doing. Maybe you're going to be homeless. Ain't my business. Back on my BS. Remix with Kalani. Bomb. Also, I saw a tweet that Kalani said the original verse that was on the song wasn't supposed to be the one. So I'm confused. Like, I don't know if what I heard, like, I don't know. I wish we could have both versions up so I could do an analysis and then I can decide like which one I like better. But I love this one that they put up, so I ain't mad at it. Move over to All Good. All Good feel like All Good was made for girls like me. And it's very interesting because Jhené Aiko is also a Pisces, and I don't really know a lot about astrology to get into it, but I know that fellow signs are kindred spirits a lot of times. And All Good, like a song has not hit me like All Good did in a while. Because she starts off the song, why would you let me hurt you so bad? Why would you let me get you so mad? Something I do not understand. Dealing with a delicate man, like you niggas are bitches. Everything I ever heard about females growing up seems to really be about y'all. Like I heard, oh, women always complain. Boy, these men be complaining from the internet to real life, complaining like they about to cry, complaining about shit that ain't got to do with them, complaining. They feel like it's their right to complain. Being emotional. I see so many men get in their feelings, and it causes bigger problems. Like it causes them to get violent with people. It causes niggas to get arrested. All types of stuff just because you was in your feelings a little bit too deep. Like where's the manliness? All the stuff that I was taught, oh, like men is hard, men don't cry, men can handle stuff, oh, men are logical. Well, I don't be seeing that for my generation of men. And maybe it's because y'all was raised by your mamas, I don't know. But it's a lot of feelings. Like, it's hard for me to deal with. Because I shun my emotions. Like, I go out of my way to cry in private, to not let my emotions affect my work or my decision making. Like, no. If I get upset in front of somebody, I want to leave. I don't even want to cry in nobody's face. Like, I'm keeping the feelings tucked in, locked in, deep inside, but you niggas is wearing them out like necklaces. It's embarrassing. It's I don't know. You don't even want to date a girl sometimes. Are you about to cry, bro? Relax. All good. Listen to it. Come on. Come on is a super duper sexy song. Wow. Jhené has come a long way from Wait No More Jhené, and this song is a sexy song. So come on, go listen to it. We move over to On the Way featuring Mila J. Now I'm an LA girl, so I grew up on Mila J. Mila J used to be in a girl group, and I saw them on tour at one of the Scream tours. And then Mila J was like a solo artist, and she would make songs with Marcus Houston, and she had her own songs. Like Mila J just been that girl for a long time. And if you Google her, the material is there, the evidence is there. Mila J been on her grind. So, and I think she's signed to Motown now, and that's where her newer music comes out on. Like, we smoke, or we drink, or we break up, all them songs. So Mila is now finally on a song Jhené, and it's a super sexy song. Like they said on Twitter, a Pisces and a Scorpio. Sex magic. And it's wow, I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna do a video to this because Mila's a very good dancer, and this is the first video I ever saw Jhené like doing choreography in, so I would pass out and die if I got to see the sisters doing some type of choreography together. That'd be bomb. Bomb. But and Mila on the song says, I blow shotguns while I ride it, inhale the smoke while you inside it. Like, that's how nasty this song is. So go check it out. Support the sisters. And go listen to Mila's music individually because it's very, very good. So check her out, Mila J. Trying to Smoke, featuring Chris Brown and the OG smoker from LA, Snoop Dogg. This is as fun as the first version of the song. I think it's great that she included Chris Brown and Snoop Dogg because, like, the verse in the song is, I want to call the bros, tell them roll up on right now. So it's cool that she got them. I feel like her and Chris go way, way, way back in the day. And all their songs together are pretty much hits. And then the Snoop Dogg collab is just what gets more LA than that. And a long time ago, before Jhené even got all of her more like worldly global notoriety, she was on Snoop Dogg's podcast and they were talking about it and how his daughter and his wife introduced him to Jhené's music. So it's a great full circle moment for that. I love it. And go listen to the song. I'm Trying to Smoke. Down Again, featuring Wiz Khalifa, is such a fun song. Even with them in the song, like doing a little banter. I'm Khalifa, hi, I'm Jhené. So cute. And it's like, I'm gonna get the bag, give money while you mad, gonna make me laugh. I'm telling you, it's a fun song. Happy to hear Wiz Khalifa back in some fun music. I'm looking forward to his personal project that I hear is coming out. So fingers crossed for that. We look forward to that. And then last on the deluxe additional tracks on this is Summer 2020, and it has that LA beat. I do not know the name of it, but it used to play every morning. If you're from LA and your mom like listen to the radio or Steve Harvey taking you to school, you know what I'm talking about. It's that beat. Like I don't know how to do it, but y'all know what I'm talking about when you hear it. And it's just, I think that's a song that a lot of people used to be reflective of that beat. And she's like, times are changing, strangers getting stranger. Generations faced with genocide, and we all know she's talking about Black people, and she's like filled with trying to make it through my pain and anger, and then I look at my baby's eyes, and she's talking about naming. So very sweet song, reflective, and very on point for the time. So go check it out. Chilombo Deluxe did not disappoint in no way, shape, or form. Kind of sucks that we didn't get videos for certain songs, but I get it. It's the climate we're living in now. But like I said, I would love to see Mila and Janae in some type of dance situation. So make it happen. Fingers crossed, girls. And thank you for this, Chilombo. It's bomb. Okay, over into the singles. For the singles, I have about 7, and I want to go through them real quick. The first one is Let's Be Honest by Malibu Mitch. Malibu Mitch is so poppin'. She's a New York rapper. I didn't know a lot about her music. I followed her more because I would see like her fashion and stuff on Instagram. And then I found out later on that she was a rapper, so I started to listen to her rap, and I really like it. And this is one of her newer songs. Malibu Mitch has one of those voices. I'm always talking about Ruby Rose's tone on this show and how good it is. Malibu Mitch's tone is on that level, and she's a New Yorker, so the tone and the accent is just rap magic. Go listen to Let's Be Honest right now. And Malibu Mitch kind of does more real rap, if you want to call it that too. So even I think guys would be cool with listening to Malibu Mitch. Go check her out. Hop Out by T$9. This is an artist I found on social media. He's from San Bernardino. He's new. He's young. His music is very good. I think if he figures out some type of way to embody a sound that is like new and is not the sound that is popular and that's on the radio right now, I think he could be superstar because he has a lot of talent and he's good at picking beats. He's good at arranging his songs and stuff like that. Whatever system that he's doing to come out with the music he already has is great. But I think once he determines a sound, and maybe it has to do with like where he's from or something, I don't know. But once he figures out a sound that is uniquely his own, the kid's out of here. So go check him out so you can tell everybody who listened to him before he got famous. T$9 is on Apple Music. Go check him out. Bitch, I'm the Man by LaKaylee47. I went to the Acrylic tour, so I love me some LaKaylee. And this song, LaKaylee makes like that fashion show Vogue music. You know what I'm talking about? I love it. So go check her out right away. Support her. Outside by Yvette. Now, I knew nothing about Yvette. I think that she's a brand new rapper, but I found her on Twitter, and she kind of went viral because she posted this little, I think it's like a thriller, or it could have been a TikTok. Who knows? I'm getting old. But anyways, it was one little short video, and she was like, my man sleeps, so we outside, ho. And she's like, we poppin', just don't put me on your gram. I love the song. So please go support Yvette. It is not on Apple Music right now. It's only on YouTube, but I think if we can like run the streams over and get Yvette some support, you can get over to Apple Music too, and then maybe we can get her charting. Like even if it's top 100, top 50, we can get Yvette charting because the song is popping, the song is hilarious. Cannot wait to see more from Yvette, and I would love to see some music videos from her. And as it is my aspiration to direct music videos, Yvette, if you see this, holler at me. I'm available, and I will not charge you any money because I really love your music, and I would love the opportunity to work with you. So outside, Yvette, check it out. Run the streams up right now. Snack by KeKe Palmer. KeKe Palmer is back, and she loves. Looking like a snack, being a snack, etc. This is more of her poppy music. I don't know if I already covered this song. I could have. No, I think it was thick. But go listen to Snack. Snack is out on all streaming platforms right now, and it's fire. Check it out, KeKe Palmer. Dying for Your Love, Snoop Allegra. Now, Snoop Allegra is the I Want You Around girl. She's real sultry, Sade do type of vibes. But Snoop Allegra came out with Dying for Your Love, and it is a beautiful R&B song. Check it out. Listen to it while you showering, while you cooking, while you about to get your sexy on or something. I don't know, but it's a great song. And last but not least, we have the incredible Alex Isley, Masco, and Jack Don with Good and Plenty. Now, I was introduced to Alex Isley because of the On To You song. I found it on Apple Music, and I love her music. And I think it's because of Super LA. She's like, on Crenshaw now, almost to your house. So it made me just like her and download a bunch of her music. So this, I'm so excited for. Great song, fantastic. Please go run the streams up right now because I want Alex to have elevation. And if you like Taste the Club with Kehlani, that was also Masco. He sprinkled that magic in there. So go check out Good and Plenty. Available everywhere right now. And that is it for 106 in Parking Lot. All right, this week I got kind of a special treat for you all. I got the pleasure of interviewing a brand new artist who goes by the name of Just. He's a fashion designer as well. That's kind of how I found him on the Watch Time to Time page for fashion, but he's coming out with an EP shortly, and he sent me 2 of the songs, and I kind of been vibing to him all day. So I hope you enjoy this interview with Just. and listen to his music. I'm gonna review the full project on here next week when it comes out. But I just wanted to talk to him before, and he was very nice. So I hope you all enjoyed the interview. And let me know what you think in the comments.
My artist name is Just. Yeah.
Just okay. I listened to
Mhm.
both songs. I love the songs. So before
Thank
we
you
get
so
started
much.
about the songs, let's talk about what made you want to kind of maybe not switch because I feel like all art is intertwined and fashion and music go really good hand in hand. So what
Yeah.
about music just drew your attention and made you like, okay, I can do this and fashion?
Um, it started off like with my friends, like my bros from back home were doing music, and
Okay.
like I was just like the fashion kid, so I was trying to like help them out a lot with things, and I just got curious. Like I'm a curious artist, so I just tried to like do it. And the first time like I did my first song, it was cool, and it got a little frustrating. So I like challenges, so I kind of started doing it, and it was kind of like just therapeutic for me. Like after my grandmother passed away, so I just started falling into music like that, and I just like kept practicing for like the past 2.5, 3 years.
Okay, that's very cool because I feel like as a
Mhm.
designer, there can be a lot of pressure, right? And especially with fashion, it's like you got
Yeah,
to keep up with a lot. It's a lot of deadlines. People kind of just see the end product and they might not see it took you months or it took you days to make that one thing. And it's
yeah,
not, it doesn't hold a lot of you in it. Once I wear it, it's my thing. But your music, you can really get out everything you want to say and share more of
exactly.
yourself. So that makes sense why you took it as an outlet with your grandma passing away. Was that
Definitely.
like a big shift in your life? Was your grandma a big part of your family? I know my black family, my grandma's like Big Mama from Soul Food. She's
Yeah,
everything.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You already know. Yeah, like it's crazy because she's actually the reason why I fell into fashion. She used to like make clothes for like my family members and like my aunts and my mom when they were younger. So she was like afraid to open up her own like store coming from Haiti,
Okay.
from our country. And like I just used to get in trouble for playing on her machine all the time. Like she used to give me beatings and stuff because I never used to listen. So
Mhm.
I guess like just kind of like going against the grain, I just started like it caused me to be curious,
Okay.
and
And
I just started like making clothes from there. It took a while though.
okay.
It was a lot, but
So I see where that like hunger and that passion comes from. If you're a child of immigrants or you grow up around people that came to this country for a better life, it gives you a different type of fight, a different type of
oh
hustle,
yeah, yeah,
different
hmm
person. So I see that's why you got your hand in everything. Like whatever's gonna pop, I'm gonna make it happen.
yeah, yeah. I just always feel the need to express myself in any way possible. So like music and design they're like extensions of myself.
Mhm.
That
Okay.
makes sense.
So I listen to these songs and I don't hear a lot of Haitian influence. So I want to ask you, where are you from? Are you from New York?
Yeah, I'm from New York. I grew up in Brooklyn. I was born and raised in Brooklyn for half of my life, and then I moved to Long Island,
Okay.
like right before high school. So I
Okay.
got like a balance between like the suburbs and the city life.
Nice. Nice. So you got both sides of it. So you understand. And I know in the black community, that kind of makes you like a unicorn type of person because it's like
Yeah,
you're not hood enough for the hood kids and you're not square enough for the square kids. So you got to make your own lane.
that's a fact. And that's definitely I have a good balance between like the different type of people that are in my life, But I just wanted to create my own lane and like kind of just have a voice for people who to show people it's okay to be vulnerable too, like coming from the hood. Like I don't it don't always gotta be that like gangster stuff, you know what I mean?
Yes. Like nobody's hard all the time. It's
Yeah, yeah,
impossible.
yeah, yeah. Everybody got a soft side, even if they don't show it.
Yeah, so I think your first song that kind of talks about more of your which you might experience anywhere in the world, from the hood to the suburbs to corporate offices, is like that fake love. And
Mm-hmm.
just I like how you open up the song because I'm like sort of a more of a loner person. Like I'm cool with a lot of people, but I prefer my own company and I prefer like the few people I'm close to than being in big crowds. So I felt you when you're like, I prefer to be alone than have a bunch of fake friends because
Yeah, yeah, that's
where
a
does that
fact.
get you? And I feel like in our society now, our age group and everything with social media, like that's what people base their life about. Is like how many people fake like me.
Mm-hmm. Literally. That's
Yeah.
literally it to the T.
So I like the song a lot, and I want to talk about maybe what
Thank you.
inspired you to make this song. That's just my take on it. Like, but
Yeah, yeah.
what made you make the song?
Thank you for that. Honestly, like I heard the beat and those are like the first line where I said I don't do that fake love, I'd rather have no friends. Like that was literally the first thing that came to my mind. Like when I just listened to that beat. And I just like I'm always talking to my friends about like, sometimes like people might show you that they rocking with you and like especially in New York, like it's a gritty city out here. So sometimes it's either like you get support or you get no support at all. Or you might be in between and get like fake love. So I just wanted to like kind of voice my opinion on like fake love, and I don't really want that. Like it's either you rocking with me or you're not. Like
And
I'm like
yeah, I'm growing up in LA. I know all about it, okay? Because if you're popping or
yeah,
you got a cool friend, everybody want to be your friend. And then they don't see you
that's
on
a fact.
Instagram with that person no more. Are you cold? We don't want you no more.
Yeah. I know how it goes over there.
It's cold. So I like your other song too, Just Fear. And I think
Fear.
the way that you're titling the songs too, I think you're on your way to making some type of EP or project, but I don't want to give it away if you are. But
Nah, I am. The EP is dropping.
okay, cool. So I love that you're like the Just Fear and you're talking about all of those things and how it can make you feel and how it can stop you. So tell me a little bit about Just Fear and what inspired that song for you.
The song Fear, like it's funny. I was just going through like a hard time when I recorded it. Like I was going through a lot of obstacles like within myself, trying to like figure my life out. Um, just like the environment that I was in at home at the time. And I just I honestly a lot of the songs that I create, I just like pour my emotions onto it. I don't really like give it too much thought sometimes. So that song I kind of like I recorded that within like 30 minutes. I literally just like was talking on it. And I was just speaking about how like people in my environment, like I've witnessed people have like so much potential and talents to do something, but like they didn't follow through with it because they were afraid. Or like maybe they were afraid of like becoming successful. They were afraid of the obstacles. So I just wanted to kind of highlight that and kind of like call people out that I'm like cool with, to let them know that sometimes like you gotta push yourself to do a little bit more, and that like there's always gonna be obstacles, but you always can overcome it if you put your mind to it. So that was just kind of like the message.
Okay, I like that a lot. And I think, again, in our community, that's a big thing. When you grow up in a lower socioeconomic place, like people want to call it the hood or the ghetto or whatever, I grew
Yeah,
up seeing a lot of talent too, a lot of smart people, a lot of people that could
yeah,
probably rap and sing, a lot of athletes. And it's like you sort of get, I don't know if you talk yourself out of it or if it's your environment too, but it's like if you're not the best one, if you're not already Beyonce, then you're not shit. So you might as well not
yeah,
try type of thing. And it's like,
yeah,
well, everybody got to work on it. You got to hone your talent. You got to get a little better. Like, if you can't have one fan, you
exactly,
can't have a million. But it's like people
exactly,
be like, nah, fuck that. I ain't about to do it at all. If I'm not going to be the hardest one,
exactly.
period. Like,
Yeah. That's the thing too. Like I don't think that like you have to be the best at what you do. Like I don't think I'm like the best at what I do. But like I just know that I give like 100% into what I feel. Like so that's what sets me aside, you know what I mean? And I want people to be able to like listen to this project, like this EP that I'm about to drop, and honestly like look themselves in the mirror and say like, yo, I'm that nigga, or I'm that girl. Like I could do whatever I want no matter who's telling me what. But it's about like being humble too.
mhm.
Because a lot of people, you know, they full of themselves. Like they full of themselves, stuff like that. So it's just sometimes you got to be realistic. But at the end of the day, like I feel like nowadays with social media, we have all the resources to like get where we want. So I want to be able to kind of just like present that to my friends and my peers.
I love that. And I think with young people and people that come from a certain area, it's way easier to do something when you see somebody that you know or when you see somebody like you do it from scratch. Because a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah,
times, especially with social media and the internet, we see a lot of finished product or we see what we think is behind the scenes, but it's really like, oh, they was already on, they already have money, and they walking me around the
exactly.
house. They're not getting to see nobody in the trenches, so they don't feel that. And I have a younger brother and sister, they're teenagers, and they just think that life you just get on, like, oh, I could go viral, oh, I could go out, I could do this, I could do that, and then I'm on. And it's like, that's not how it worked. It took people years to get viral. It took, you got to have some talent and work, and then you go viral. Like, it's not
Of
like that.
course. Sometimes, and then
Yeah.
you got the people who you know blow up overnight. But I don't try to use like there's no blueprint to it. I think like people try to like follow blueprints of other people's life, and they get frustrated when it's not happening for them. And I had to take the time out to like sit with myself and understand that I got to do it my own way. So that's why I just like blended like the music and the fashion together because it's organic. Like I'm not forcing anything.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And I am like a 90s kid, so I feel like I kind of
Yeah.
lived through a little bit of that time when they used Black culture in our music as like a
Mhm.
mascot for things and for product. So I'm
Mhm.
really excited about the possibility of a person like you coming about, and it's like, oh, I'm showing my clothes and I'm gonna play my music
Yeah,
while we're
yeah,
here. And this is an authentic thing, like you said, like maybe my music inspires the clothes or my clothes inspire the music or whatever, but it's a symbiotic relationship and it's all me. And it's not like I'm mascotting it out here. I'm being their
exactly.
version of a Black person that's presentable in fashion. Because you already know what fashion is like. You got to be the streetwear Black guy or you got to be the suit and tie Black guy. And it's
Yeah,
like, no, I'm going to be me. I'm going to be
I'm
me
gonna
in
be
all
me.
arenas.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm trying to do. You
So
get it.
Yeah, so and I like it a lot. What would you say
Thank you.
is going to be like the vibe of your project?
I call it daydream music.
Okay.
Daydream music. So it's just like a reflection of oneself. Um, kind of like a futuristic vibe. Um, so it's like you could either like think about the past or like think about the future, but it's more so just acknowledging your emotions, like heartbreaks. Me as like a fashion designer, stuff like that. So I would consider it just like daydream music. It's just like a journal of my experiences and thoughts, or other people's experiences that I'm close with.
I would say that doing both of these jobs puts you in the visionary category. And I don't know if
Yeah,
you're familiar with like the visionary book for fashion that costs all that money.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
like that's sort of the thing that you're trying to do. It's because I see all this stuff in my mind and I have all my experiences. I
yeah,
want to
yeah.
express myself through music and I'm gonna express myself through clothes. And then maybe down the line you'll express yourself in the music videos that you put out.
Of
And,
course, that's
and
coming too.
all of that stuff. So I think your fashion roots will help in that because you can create fashion sort of teaches you how to create a world and
Hmm.
create a mood for things. And I think a lot of times with artists, they have their vibe and they have their music and they get put into a world. So
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
we really like your music and we think you can fit in with this. So this is the stuff we're gonna put around you where you're
Man,
able to control that yourself because you're handling all the creative aspects.
you're literally taking the words like right out of my mouth.
That's cool.
Literally.
I'm glad I got a good understanding because I really like the
Literally.
music and I think the clothes are cool. And you being a
Thank you.
Brooklyn kid, how does that impact your music? Because Brooklyn, home of hip hop, and your music is
Oh
kind
yeah.
of it's not soft at all. Like the subject matter is
Mhm.
not soft, but the sound is a lot softer than like a Long Island Wu-Tang Clan or a Brooklyn Biggie.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh, I seen a lot of stuff like in Brooklyn and Long Island growing up. Like like when you grow, and people think like certain parts of Long Island is like it's just the suburbs, and it's not like it could get gritty in Long Island too. You know what I mean? Um, I just I don't know. There's so much like emotions that go into like coming from where we come from out here in New York. Like you grew up really fast, like in the street, like out here, and you don't even have to be in the streets. It's just the experiences. Like when you're young, you just gotta like be an adult at a young age. So I feel like me being able to see things at a young age and kind of like experiencing life in the city to the suburbs and like slowing my life down a little bit. I just feel like I needed to like express and articulate like my emotions or like my thoughts in a way that everybody will get it. Like if you in the streets, you're gonna get it. Like if you're an emotional person, you're gonna get it. And a lot of people aren't open to like expressing their emotions to people. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
kind of want this project to like sit with people and say like, damn, like this is kind of like therapeutic for me, but I don't got to talk to nobody about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because
Mm.
you're like I'm saying, like your lyrics and stuff is very hard and it's very real,
Yeah.
but the sound is like way more relaxing. So it's like I might be able to sit and listen to your music around a bunch of older people and they don't feel offended as they would if I'm listening to some Biggie or some
Yeah,
hard
yeah.
New York rap. Like they wouldn't catch it, but they, oh, I like this song or this is nice, or they might.
I think. Yeah, it's I can't really like put an exact like depiction of why. It's just more so what I feel. Like I just want to talk about real shit, but I don't gotta say it like in a way where like I'm throwing it at people. It's like I want people to kind of like get drawn to me. You know what I mean? I don't want to force stuff. Like I don't like forcing nothing.
Yeah,
So
and
I want to, it's like letting people's guard down a little bit when you approach it in a softer way.
yeah, and like you said, it don't have to be always aggressive, and that's like
Yeah,
sort of even what's associated with the black man. It's like when they do tell you about their feelings, it's out of anger. It's
exactly.
not because it's like I just want to talk and I just want to lay all this out. Like,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
okay, very cool. So, how many songs do you think you're gonna have on this EP?
Oh, the EP's done. Like it's uploaded and everything. It's gonna drop on Friday, July 24th. So
Okay,
yeah, it's
cool.
called a New York Love Story.
Okay,
And it consists of eight songs. I got one feature on there. From a good friend. Her name is Amber Simone from Buffalo. Like she's lit.
okay, okay.
She's
I'll look
dope.
her up.
Like look her up. She's up next.
And she's a singer or a
She's
rapper or
a singer.
okay,
She
nice.
has a beautiful voice too.
Simone. Okay,
She
and then
making noise.
are you gonna do any visuals for this? I know we're in the time of Corona and it's very hard.
Oh yeah, the music video is done. Like
Okay,
yeah,
nice.
yeah. I've been on it like the past couple weeks. I've been on it, but
Good. Like I
we
said,
just
I'm
try.
a 90s kid and I love a music video.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's funny because the vibe is like a Brooklyn like setting, you know, like kind of like a 90s vibe, early 2000s vibe. And it's a video for Fake Love
Okay.
actually that I sent you. So
Nice.
I think you're gonna like it a lot.
Well, I'm very excited about this. Is the project going to be on all platforms like Apple
Well,
Music, Spotify?
everything,
All right.
everything. Yeah, Apple Music, Spotify, the title, every like Amazon Music, Pandora.
Very, very cool. And
Yeah.
I talk about fashion on a separate show as well. So what's going on with your fashion? I know Fashion Week has been shut down. Things have been
Oh
crazy.
yeah, yeah.
Now people are doing digital. So do
It's
you think that'll like open up a lane for a younger entrepreneurial fashion person like yourself? So I don't got to present on this grand stage. Maybe I can
yeah.
do digital and make some noise with that.
I honestly like I've been on that like digital marketing and like that media stuff because I feel like just growing up because you know when we were in the 90s like going into the early 2000s like my age group we didn't have that.
No.
So we actually transitioned into that period with while everything was developing and I think it's still cool cuz we're still like very hands-on at the same time. So I'm trying to figure out ways to like incorporate like that nostalgic feeling from like the early 2000s like when we were young but at the same time still presenting my ideas like through digital marketing. So I'm going to just be putting out a lot of like small collections this year and doing like a lot of visuals or like just campaigns that's like appealing to the eye.
Okay. And then since you're going to be an artist now, musician, do you already or have you considered extending your clothes out, getting your clothes on other people so you can be pushing both at the same time? Like maybe you're
Yeah.
going to put amber in some of your clothes and stuff
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah. It's happening now. Like I don't want to like speak on stuff yet because I'm the type of person I like to just let things happen. But
that.
I've been having a lot of opportunities here and there where I get stuff sent to people. So in due time, like God willing, is gonna happen.
Well,
Just waiting
I
on-
believe. I think that you have all the tools, all the talent. The music is great. So
Thank
I
you,
can't wait to see this visual. And I'm definitely going to review your full project on this show. And
thank
I'll
you.
do it after it comes out. But this interview is going to be on this week's episode. And
Okay.
is there anything else you want to share before the project comes out? Because I might try to follow up with you after. But
Yeah,
is there
yeah. You can
anything else
follow
you
up.
want to share
Yeah,
before?
we're gonna definitely talk after the fact too.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I mean, I just a lot of times like in the past I was like doubting myself. Like this is like the first time I could say like I'm putting out a project that I'm like fully confident about, even more than my clothes, because it's like more like emotional for me. But a lot of people not to like bash nobody or nothing, but a lot of people were telling me like, you know, yo, Justin, you should like focus on your clothes. Like you should just like focus on one thing. It's not good to dabble into different things. But I'm being honest, in our generation today, everything goes hand in hand. And I think that like sometimes people might not get it if either they're not capable of doing it or they might not able to envision your vision. But like to all the artists out there, like I always tell my friends, like, yo, if you're a singer and this, that, and the third, you could do it. Like just do it because there's no rule. Like I said, there's no blueprint to anything. And I'm not afraid to like step out my comfort zone. So like I just took the risk of like putting out my first project and I've been getting a lot of love from people in my city and all around. So I'm like thankful to have like a great support system, but I'm also like thankful that I was able to push myself even like past like, you know, people telling me like you should do it. Cause you know, when you respect people's opinions sometimes you kind of like follow what they say, but I just learned to just follow my intuition. Like my intuition never steers me wrong, like ever.
I agree. And I think that when you're artists, I've talked about this on my show before when I was covering a project by The Dream. Like The Dream now is getting into fashion and he's going to fashion school. And
I
I'll
like
see
the
him
dream.
like with croquis and stuff on his page, or I'll see him with the pattern. And I think it's very interesting that, yeah, we did grow up in a time where we went through a technological shift and we were
Yeah.
like front seat, we were a part of it. We went from having dial-up in our house to everything being high speed and stuff being everywhere. So it's like people that are a little bit older generation before us, like of The Dream, people probably did say, look, bro, if you want to be popping at this, you got to go all in with this. And you might be a painter, you might be a great fashion person, all of it, but you can't do that. You can only do this because people only going to accept this. Well, now we're in a time where there are the Rihannas of the world and different people that have their hand in everything and do a great job with music too. So I don't think that you have to limit yourself coming out like, oh, I'm this person and I do this. I think when you're an artist, it's all encompassing and like, fuck it, if you want to paint a picture after, you should be able to because I'm an artist.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm glad you get it though, because some people don't get it.
it's hard. And I have like a chaotic mind too. Like, oh, I want to do media. I want to make a movie. Oh yeah, I think I could have a collection. All of this stuff is all over the place because it all goes together. When I watch a movie, I hear the music, I see the clothes, I'm looking at the shots, I'm looking at the locations, the house, like I'm on all of that. So why can't I do all of it?
Exactly. And the thing is too, like, being realistic about that, like, and I had to tell myself, if I'm gonna do that, I gotta be organized. So like I have like 3 journals like on my wall right now, and I journal all my thoughts. Like I might have like so I got my clothes right here, like all my clothes on my rack right here. And like I'll be sewing, but I try to tell myself like, yo, if I have a music idea or if I'm listening to beats, I gotta listen to beats like a little bit later, because I like to do stuff simultaneously. And I don't think that's good. I think like psychology says that it brings more anxiety into your life when you multitask too much or something like that.
Okay, I don't know how old you are, but I'm 27, and I'll have to tell you, yes. Like at this point in my life, I'm definitely a list person. I got 3 journals in my bag at all times, 2 laptops. Like it's on the move. I got to remember, and I smoke, so it's like I got a bad memory, so I got to write stuff down. I got to voice note stuff. But it is way better to like segment. So if I'm gonna do the podcast and the show, I'm doing this for 2 hours, and then when I close the laptop from that, okay, I might not upload and edit right away. I'm gonna go work on a book, or I'm gonna go work on my other project, because it's like my brain is always going. So I gotta get to that idea while it's top of mind, and then I can go back and do the other thing.
Exactly. Yeah,
don't discourage. You just gotta get a good system going. It's like a beautiful mind.
Yeah. I feel like I'm like an older soul sometimes. I'm 23. Like, I'm 23.
Okay.
So like I try to be mature. Like I could be immature sometimes. I joke around a lot. But like when it gets time to my work though, like I be on some other shit.
Yeah.
Like I don't play with my work. And a lot of people around me know that. Like when it's time for me to work, like
right? Like it gets real serious real quick.
Yeah. I'm locked in like when I start something.
Well, that's great. I'm so excited. I cannot wait. And
thank you so much.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear the music. And I'm gonna be looking at your clothes. Are they for sale anywhere for a regular person?
Yeah. So a little after, I'm gonna just give the spill away. But a little after the project drops, I'm gonna be releasing some merch.
Great.
Yeah, of course. So I got some cool stuff.
I got a collection of rap T-shirts because I love going to concerts. So I love to add yours to the crew over here.
Thank you so much. That means a lot to me.
No problem. I can't wait to hear more music. I'm gonna let you go now, but I need to edit all this and get it in. But I'm so excited about the music. I can't wait. And your video, I will make sure to like post it on my social media and share.
Thank you. So that means a lot to me. I'm gonna send you everything.
Okay, cool. We're internet friends now. We here.
Of course.
All right, though. Well, have a nice day. Stay up. Thank you for coming to my show. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate you.
All right. I'm looking out for that music. Have a nice day.
Have a good day. Bye.
Chevy Playlist. Chevy Playlist is what I give y'all every week to keep you riding and rolling, keep your hands off your phone. So we saving you from tickets, and we saving lives, and we're providing the vibe. Chevy Playlist on TamTonight only. First up, we got Given Body by Dominique. Dominique is my new favorite female rapper. It's just, the song is so good. I'm the one doing me tonight. A little weed ain't never hurt nobody. While y'all standing on the wall, I'm the one tonight giving body. And check out her older project, Black Kate Moss, because that's fire too. And she's another one of those voices that just makes it so easy to listen to. So Dominique, Giving Body. SWV, Summer Walker featuring No One Noah. This, aside from White Tea, was my favorite song on that project, Life on Earth. So please go listen to SWV. Provide the vibe. Honest by Kiana Lede. I reviewed the whole entire Kiana Lede project, and Honest is a great song. Check it out. Sexy song. Due to Me is a new single by her. It's like more of that Jamaican vibe that she had when she made the song with the Child of Marley. And that song was just fire. I listen to that song all the time. So Due to Me is more in that vein. I would love like a whole reggae, maybe 6, 7, 8 songs from her. If you got it in you. I don't know if you're Jamaican her, but you got the vibe down. So if you want to go on vacation down there and sleep down there for a little while in the studio, a couple of nights, and come out with 7, 8 songs, I'm here for it. I'm open to it. Beautiful voice, beautiful vibe. And last, but certainly not least for the Chevy playlist, we got by Dream Doll featuring 5-Yo Foreign. Dream Doll, don't tell me you proud of me. You better proud of me. You better spin that shit. Couldn't have said it better myself, Dream Doll. Please go support Dream Doll. I told y'all a long time ago. Stop with the Dream Doll slander because she is on the rise and she's coming with the fire. And look at her now. It is very New York. very timely. Okay, who got the hookah? Who got the bottles? Who got the ah? Go listen to it. Run up the stream for Dream Doll. And that is it for my Chevy playlist. Available on Apple Music and YouTube. If you want me to put it anywhere else, let me know below in the comments and I will add it there right away. And to close out the show, I always like to leave you with a positive quote because the world is dark and full of terrors. And this week, my quote, because I feel like we're headed into a Great Depression type of time, and because we live in the social media, me, more is more, everything's about money and looking flashy and making your life seem a certain way, even if it isn't time, that we are not preparing ourselves mentally and maybe even physically, we can with our means, for the next step in the progression of this problem that we have in America as far as economics are concerned. And this quote is by Leo Babauta, and it is, simplicity boils down to two steps: identifying the essential and eliminating the rest. So, in your own personal life, please identify the essential, eliminate the rest, and then make it very easy for you to live and get through this tough time. Because even myself, I find it almost impossible for me not to pull out my phone when I'm bored and surf the web and look at and scroll and look at social media, and it's like, dang, you can just get more wrapped up into, I need to be getting this and I should get that and I want to buy this and I can afford that. But you're not being cognizant of the situation that's going on. We're locked the fuck down. Our government is not handling this coronavirus situation effectively. The CDC is not being able to control the disease, and that's their whole damn job. It's in the name, and they're not letting them do it. So things at this point can really only go down as far as what the government runs and what they're concerned with. So for ourselves and our individual lives, I want all of us, myself included, because I am a victim of materialism. LA girl through and through. I'm about my shit. Please try and go out of your way to just live simply. Make things as basic as you can. Pare down, because cash, not even just cash, but having the means to buy things is going to be very, very important. I think more important than it's ever been in our lifetime. Being able to move about and just take care of yourself with your basic needs is going to become imperative. So all the extras kind of got to go. If you don't need it, don't buy it. And I guess that's all I can say. Stay safe, stay up. Thank you for watching TamTonight. Please like, share, subscribe. Follow me on all social media at TamTonight. Follow my Depop at Time to Time. Buy something if you need it.